Hello, Crestwood family. Oh, how I miss each of you so very much. And I can't wait till we can get through this and be together again and worshiping the Lord together. I think you probably feel the same way. We miss our church and we miss the fellowship that we have with our church family. But we're going to get through it. We got a little ways to go, but we are going to get through it. But during the meantime, I was thinking about encouragement and the importance of it and just how much it means to others when we take the time to encourage. And I know if you look at the news too long, you can really get a little down. And so I try to spend time every day just finding great good news stories. For example, the company Crocs, those are those rubber-soled shoes. Healthcare workers can go online as long as supplies last, and they can fill out a form and have a free pair of those shoes sent to them because they're working long hours and I'm sure their legs and their feet hurt desperately. And so those rubber-soled shoes will help. Chick-fil-A is sending thousands of Chick-fil-A meals to these healthcare workers to give them something to eat during this time. I heard today Joann's Fabric is putting outside their stores little kits for those who have sewing machines. They can pick up the kit and make masks for our healthcare workers, and then they will be picked up or you can drop those off. And just on it goes. Just great ways to encourage. Now those are kind of big ways because that involves larger size companies. So how can we encourage each other? And I want to tell you a very sweet story that some of you may know already. But Elizabeth, our sweet youth director, who I love so much, and she would never get on here and tell you this, so I'm doing it. So Elizabeth, I'm sorry, but this is too good not to tell. One of our members, Paula, had a birthday. So this is what Elizabeth did. She drove her car to the parking lot of Crestwood, and then she had these big signs that said, "Happy Birthday, Paula." And she stuck those onto the side of her car. And then her and her kids blew up balloons and they taped, I guess, those balloons to the car. And because Paula lives right across the street, she didn't have to go too far with her car looking like that. But she was able to drive her car down the hill and stop in front of Paula's house, call her ahead of time and say, "Look, you need to come out on your front porch." And they stopped in front of her house and just waved and sang happy birthday. And it just made a huge difference. For someone right now who's hurting, who can't go see their loved one because of where they are. And it was her birthday, probably the first birthday that she spent alone ever in her life. And so what a wonderful way to cheer her up. And so I just wanted to say there are so many great ways we can all do that. So some suggestions for all of us. Your neighbors. Do you have a neighbor that lives around you that maybe is alone? Maybe you could call and just ask if they're okay or do they need anything. For members of our church, this is a great time for us all to pull together. Our deacons and our staff are trying to stay on top of each of you and give you calls weekly. You should be hearing from your deacon and you should be hearing from at least one of our staff members as we go through this each and every week. And so we're doing all we can, but what can you do? So think today, you could take your church directory. I know my dad has done this. He's 89 and he is trying to be an encourager and he's calling people and he's talking to them and checking on them. And so you can do the same. Maybe take the church directory and go through, and maybe God just places a certain person on your heart to just call and say, "Look, I love you, I'm checking on you, I miss you." And it's just a great way for all of us as the church family, not just staff, not just deacons, but all of us working to encourage each other during this time so that when we get through this and we come back together again to worship, it will be such a sweet time, won't it? It will be such a sweet time together. And I'm looking forward to that, and I know you are too. So maybe today, try to find one person, or each day as we go through this, try to find just one person that you can encourage with a phone call. Maybe you love writing notes or cards. Hey, this is a great time for that. it's a great time to take the time to write a card. But there are ways we can all encourage each other today. Maybe a text, whatever it is that God places on your heart. Let's all together just take time to encourage someone today, whether it's someone in the church family or someone that lives around you or a family member or a friend, whatever the case. This is going to be easier when we work together and love on each other during this time. Look, you are loved so much by the staff at Crestwood. And if you need anything or if you need to just talk to someone, please feel free to call any of us. We're there for you. So we love you so much. We will be in touch. And I just wanted to come with you today with a thought of encouragement because it does make a huge positive difference in someone's life. Love you all, and I hope to see you very soon.